Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we're going to close out the workflow by working on the eyes, lips, and other details in the photograph we worked on in the previous video, and close it out and finalize the image. That way it's ready to be printed or presented in any way you desire. So we're going to go back down to Photoshop and open it back up. And I already have the lovely Melinda opened up to be worked on. I'm interested in working on the eyes next. So what we're going to do is make sure our colors are at default by pressing the D key. I want them to be black and white. We're going to go down to adjustment layers here and go to curves. Zoom in so we can see what we're doing. We're going to work on this channel right here, which is a light channel. And we're going to brighten this as much as possible. Don't worry if it looks crazy, we're going to fix it. Now you're going to hold Command down and press I to invert it. And then we're going to paint on this layer where we want the light to hit her eyes. Make sure you're painting with white, and you can switch your foreground and background color by pressing the X button. And using a small brush and just making little lines right along the eye. Now we're going to blur this by going back to the filter and going to blur and then Gaussian blur. See, that makes it a little bit more realistic by blurring it just a little bit. And again, do this to your desired effect. If you want to be more hidden, you can. And because it's still an adjustment layer, I can still modify this any way I want to, make it brighter or darker. Whatever look I'm trying to achieve. So I'll probably leave it right about there, because that looks pretty natural. And again, we're not going crazy with the amount of highlights we put in the eye, just a little bit of a glow to bring more attention to it. Now that I'm satisfied with that, I'm going to hold Command down and press E to collapse all visible layers. I don't have much room here to whiten the eyes here, but it can still be done. It's called eye and teeth, and it's right here. Okay, so eyes are obviously for eyes, and teeth obviously teeth. So what we do is we press here. Now what this will do, it will separate the eyes into four parts. Brighten the iris, brighten the whites, darken the pupil, and sharpen the attack. The best part about these is that this action is that you have complete control over how much you want to apply with these layers. So again, make sure you're painting with the white. We're going to go in. The first one was brighten the iris, so we're not going to do that one, there's not much light in the iris here. I'm going to go to brighten the whites and just add a little bit of color here. Oh, turn the brush up to 100 will be helpful. Whites of her eyes are pretty dark, so you will only see a subtle change in them. That's quite alright. Now you can go darken the pupil. This one is for catch lights. It's pretty awesome. As you can see, it brings the catch lights right out. And that last one is sharp as attack. I'm a big fan of actions. They save time. That may be a bit too dark. So we can definitely draw this back. And by drawback, I mean lower the opacity. So the beauty of working with layers gives you a lot of control over what happens in your image step by step. So I think that looks great. So I'm going to select all those layers. And collapse them with Command E. There we go. Another layer. I see another part of the image I want to smooth out. I don't like this little mark here, so I'm just going to get rid of that. And there we go. Okay, that looks pretty good, but we can always add more to them. So we're going to hit the Command Shift N and make an additional layer. Take the brush tool, make sure we're painting with white. And we want to highlight. We're just going to hover across the lips. And as always, don't worry, it's going to look a lot better when we get done. So now you double click the layer, and we're going to go to the Blend If portion of the layer style options. Hold down the Alt key and drag over. And this will make the layer blend in with the bottom layer, giving you a much more natural effect. And you'll notice in my retouching that I don't always do the same exact adjustments to every single image, because every image is different. What I'm doing now is I made an additional layer. Using the sharpening tool, I'm sharpening the lips to make them pop more. I don't think using the pen tool to create a path here to smooth the edge of the lips is necessary, because she did a pretty good job on her makeup. So that looks a little too sharp, so we're going to lower the opacity. As soon as I have the brain capacity to click it, there we go. We come back a little bit, and it's popping pretty good. Another set of actions I like to use are from a lady named Mama Shan. She just retired. And it's called Mama Shan's New Glam. Came out in 2010. There's an abundance of actions in here for beauty, everything from teeth to makeup, blush, all kinds of stuff. So the ones I like to use are the ones for the eyebrow painter, because her eyebrows look a little dim in this shot. And that is right here. And I'll be sure to give you the link in the description of the video, so you'll be able to find that set if you want. Ooh, hit the quick mask button. Okay. Apparently I seem to be hitting all kinds of buttons accidentally in this video. Sorry about that. This is way too dark, as you can see. We're definitely going to lower this effect. Usually with this action, you really only need about 30 to 25% tops to keep you looking natural. You don't want to look like Groucho Marx. Okay, collapse those two layers. Just what I'm trying to instill in you is that don't be afraid to experiment. You find a tool that works for you, use it. All of this can be done on your own without using actions, but I like to have a nice, effective, and smooth workflow. Just sharpening the eyeshadow, that's all I'm doing. And once you get used to the way you enjoy retouching, you'll be moving a lot faster. If speed is what you're shooting for, it will come. But it's better to start off slow and learn what works for you. So I think the final thing is we're going to bring out the highlights in her crown of natural hair. And to do that, you can go to the dodge tool on highlights, and these will be very subtle. And wherever light is catching it, you just want to bring it out some. And like I said, it'll be very subtle. And that is one approach. Another approach will bring you back to the Mama Shan's actions. She is an action specifically for dark hair that I enjoy using. And remember, that link will be below if you're interested in purchasing that action set. You didn't think I was going to give it to you free, did you? These are just subtle enhancements to the hair. And you already know what I'm going to say. Just want to bring it down some, so that it doesn't look completely crazy. Okay. And Melinda is looking absolutely stunning. So that is pretty much it as far as I'm concerned with this photo for the final details of it. I add another layer of sharpening. Using a set called MCP Superstar or Sharpen for Print. And again, this information is going to be below. This just adds 2 more layers of sharpening to your photo. And that is pretty much it, folks. So we went from bringing it in, working on the skin tones, evening things out, removing blemishes that were unwanted, and then enhancing the little details like the catch lights and the eyes and the lips and highlights in the hair. And that's our final result. So thank you. The channel will be changing from my personal name to Intricate Photography Studio. I hope you'll still follow me over there. And again, I'll have the information in the description. So thank you again.